Nancy.
Yes.
I'm here with a fancy boa on because I'm stoked to talk about time management.
This is your time management
This is
boa.
my time management boa.
I should have known. That
How do
makes
you
a lot
not
of
know?
sense.
Automatically. It's the first thing you think.
Yes.
of.
Welcome to OMG Planners. We are here to talk about time management.
Time management.
It's one of our favorite subjects, I'd say.
I mean, I like to talk about nothing else.
Lolly, what is your relationship
time management?
with time management?
High anxiety, lots of stress. 15 minutes early is late.
Yep.
It's not like it just comes to me. I do feel the same like anxious, I'm going to be late energy that everybody else does. Maybe it's not a good answer.
There's no bad answers when it comes to time management.
There's no bad answers on OMG planners.
No bad answers.
No bad answers. Like, I think sometimes I'm in a really healthy place and I like write all the things and I know what I'm doing when, and I'm like, you have enough time. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be good. And then other times I'm like, burn everything down. It's all chaos. I don't have enough time. But when I'm practicing good tips and reminding myself good things, then like it's like manageable and better.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, sounds like you are the perfect person to own a planner company.
Sounds like I might have some tips, Nancy.
Yeah, I would love to hear those tips because personally I struggle with time management.
Yeah.
If I don't write things down, then I always underestimate how long a task is going to take, and so I end my days on a typical basis just feeling like I didn't get anything done. When really I got
so much
done.
You do so many things. And the other part of time management that's hard is sometimes you feel like everything is an emergency.
Yes.
And when you don't put things where they need to go, it feels like I don't have time to do everything because everything is coming at you. But if you can put them on like 4 days from now to get done, then it's like, oh, I'm okay. Yes. I can do it.
I'm so excited to hear your tips.
Yay!
Maybe I've heard a few of them before, and
Perhaps.
I think that the world also needs to hear them.
And they need to see my fancy boa.
Yeah, that's it. All right, let's get to it then.
Let's do it. Okay, so time management. This is complicated for your creative, multitasking brain. It just is. What I do, because I too am a creative with a lot of projects going on, I have a brain that's constantly thinking of other creative projects, is I live by my lists. I have a list system combined with a few must get done today tasks. And that's how I work. How do I manage to get all of these things done, run a 7-figure business while also being a mostly present mama to 2 little ones, and then get them from school and volunteer at their school, all of those things? Well, sometimes I break down, but mostly I just live by my lists. We're gonna go through it. The truth is, for a creative project, if you aren't in the zone on a Tuesday, you cannot make yourself create work on a Tuesday just because it's scheduled then. So I really advise against saying on Tuesdays I'm going to create, on Mondays I'm going to do bills, on Wednesdays I'm going to work out or whatever. You have to be a little looser than that, which like coming from a planner company, I know, but hear me out. Sometimes you just have to make yourself do it. Like you have a deadline and you're like, I don't know, I'm just going to wake up and I have to do it. But it doesn't always have to be that way. It helps when you have like enough hard edges that no matter what, even if you aren't in the zone, they have to get done that week, but you also need to have enough flexibility that you can get them done at some point each week. I want to encourage specifically creative people out there. There is never going to be a week where you just are not creative at all the whole entire week. So don't live in scarcity. Like that's just not true. Live by your lists and work intuitively and follow what your brain and heart are up to each day. The reason I designed my planner this way, and that honestly, every single version of our planner, this is the vertical weekly, I'm gonna go down to the horizontal weekly and the project planner next, but every single one is really centered around lists and being able to see them and your days at the same time. The lists I keep are my future dreams and ideas list. This usually goes in the very back of my planner on this first page. Here's some other lists I make, like books to read, gifts I've given, yummy meals, but I put my future ideas and list things right here. I can review it, add to it whenever I want, and then when I'm searching for a new thing, I can easily refer to this to see if anything still speaks to me. This helps so much with scarcity when I get a new idea, that toxic thinking that it must be done right now or I'll lose the idea. And it also helps me marinate on things before jumping in too quickly at the detriment of all the other things that I really and truly do need to get done that day or week. As a creative person, I live a lot in scarcity, and so that helps me feel like, no, it's all good. It's saved somewhere safe. My other thing is my to-do this month list. These ideas go into my to-do this month calendar section of my planner. These are things that just need to get done that month. And when I'm feeling in the zone, or I have a day or a minute or whatever, I can look at this list, and eventually, if I actually have time to do them, I can cross some stuff off. So sometimes this happens on a Saturday morning when the kids are occupied, or a Tuesday afternoon. I never know. But sometimes I just need like to fill 15, 20 minutes. I'm just sitting around and I can look at this list. It's helpful to always have it there in full view of what I'm doing each day. And I love this list for that reason. My second list is to do this week list. And that is here on the short pages. This one gets filled out weekly. There are the things I need to get done that week. Again, it doesn't matter when, it's just that they need to get done. If it does matter when, then I assign that task an actual day. And here's the truth. I just make myself do that thing when I need to do it. Of course, I don't do that with it this week. I trust that I will have some time and some energy to do that. But you know, sometimes it's the worst, and it's like, I just have to do that really boring thing on Friday. Like right now, I have to download all these bank statements for my accountant. And I'm like, I literally will die. I cannot do that. Like, I just don't want to do it. But I'm going to reward myself with like lattes or scrolling on Pinterest or something later. My this week list builds as like the week goes on, but I usually put the things from that list and assign them a day as the week goes on. And you know, the things I don't get done that week, I know in my brain which ones like really cannot move to the next week. I'll move on to the next week. My third list is my to-do today list. This goes either in my day's to-do list section or the block of time that I've set apart, like for work. If I've time blocked 9 to 5 for work, sometimes I'll write my to-do list in that section, but often I just write it here. I usually put like the next day's task in the day before. So on Monday, I see what I actually got done and insert things into Tuesday that need to get done then. But if I had planned on accounting on Monday, I woke up feeling creative, I am always going to move that accounting thing to Tuesday so I can be creative in that time when I'm in the zone. So I know those days are like gold. I always treasure them when they're there. That's like the fluidity. That's why I use erasable highlighters and erasable pens so that I can move stuff around each day. So those are my main lists. My to-do this month, my to-do this week, and to-do today. That's how I use my lists, and I work them around each week. I make sure that these lists work for me and I'm not bound to these lists. And again, there are going to be times where you just have to do the thing. We all have to. That's how I use it in the vertical planner. And I wanted to show you in the horizontal weekly edition. So we have again, the this week space, the to do this month space, and then we have to do today. I would move into this planner by doing the same to do this month list. Each week ahead of time, I will make my this week list. So I usually set up my month ahead the last week of the previous month, and I'll fill out this monthly view, and I'll know if something's due on the 21st. I will know and jot in this week of the 10th through 16th, prepare email or order supplies for the promotion on the 21st, things like that. I will go through at the beginning of the month and just kind of put in some high level detailed things into this week. The rest gets built as I'm living life. This is where my to do today would go, and to do today is often pulled from my this week, from my this month, or based on what I'm actually doing in that day. This next planner is truly for list makers exclusively. I love this planner. So this gives you categorized lists in here. So this isn't specifically a really great like time management tool. This project planner really goes into that idea of you intuitively plan each day. If you are waking up creative, do you pull from your creative list here of open projects? If you wake up and you are feeling a bit more like, I just need to cross some stuff off, I can do some quieter work, I can do some more in the weeds work, you pull from that list here. If you wake up and you're like, holy crow, there's that big deadline, or for whatever it is, and that list is all dedicated to that, you know that you have to pull from that week. This planner gives people, creative brains, an answer to, I don't know what I'm gonna wake up feeling, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to plan all these things, I just need to be able to pick. And that's what this planner is good for. So just some quick time management tips using our planners, how I do it. Obviously, watch more of our videos that have way more details into how to specifically time block or time manage using a specific calendar, or just my experience in using these planners. I, again, use them like you guys do, and I'm constantly evolving the product and the design to make it even better for all of us out there, creative brains and every other kind of brain. So happy planning. Bye. Nancy, I don't know how to turn it off. Nancy, I have this boa constrictor. I was terrified of a boa constrictor, like strangling me alive.
Oh my god.
Really thought it was gonna happen, like up there with quicksand.
And the snake would be like flying next to them.
I can't think of anything more terrifying.
And it was because
They were fixing to eat them.
Isn't that so scary?
Guys, why? A dog. A
Yeah.
cat. A ferret, even.
Everyone is different. Kind of like how everyone manages their time a little differently.
I do want to. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.